This is a 100% fact. God has never made a single drop of alcohol. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. 100% of all alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. Hey, Jesus turned water into wine. Everything about that? What info for you to chew on? Hexeth, anonymous, false charges. Kane, these are not anonymous. We've seen records with names attached to all these, including your own mother. Damn! After defending Elon's salute, Ben is invited to do said salute on his show. Then do it, Ben. Do the exact same gesture on your show. Let's see it. I mean, if it's not that bad, right? Why don't you do it, Ben, in support of Elon? It would be really nice to see. I mean, your approval ratings would be through the roof. Just trust me on this. Do it. I'll believe Ben when he does the exact same salute on his show. Go on, Ben. Let's see you do it. You crazy for that one. And then you the MVP. Oh, dude, they're cooking him. Ben, please show me how he did it. I'm a visual learner.
He's already dead.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. When it comes to marriage, we need to follow the Bible. Me? Oh, pardon me. I need you to gather the rocks I will use to stone you to death for adultery from Leviticus 20:10. We need to follow the Bible. Boeing is working with Elon Musk to deliver Air Force One replacements sooner. Wow, I am thrilled by the super team of Boeing, Elon Musk, and a rushed job. Just ecstatic about that. At Kendall Jenner ate grilled cheese, fries, crepes, and more before hitting the Met Gala red carpet. Now that is bravery. You know, I live in Syria and the story, it gave me the strength to carry on. Thank you for sharing her harrowing story. If the left is so convinced this tax law will benefit corporations, what's stopping them from buying their stocks and getting rich themselves? Oh, yeah, no, of course, Charlie. Why don't poor people just buy more money? If you're homeless, just buy a house. Duh. There isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would become part of the United States. Workers and communities in both our countries benefit from being each other's biggest trading and security partner. Girl, you're not the government of Canada anymore, so it doesn't matter what you say. Yeah, just like you're not actually part of the US government, so it doesn't matter what you say, Elon. Is that crazy to think about? Ask not what your country can do for you. Become a socialist and demand it. This cartoon is supposed to be anti-Bernie, but it's actually extremely good. The government is supposed to be doing it for us. Yes, demand it. That is exactly what we want. America has a Catholic vice president. Wow, breaking news. Had a Catholic president an hour ago, Ilhan accidentally told the truth. We get to decide where money's allocated. That's the problem. Trump is ending the reckless spending spree she helped create. The gravy train is over. My God. I know you aren't that bright, but yes, we in Congress pass bills that fund the government and allocate funds, not the president. Maybe open up the Constitution and educate yourself about the branches of government and how things work in America. Okay, Laura. Senator Bernie Sanders. H-1B visas hurt one type of worker and exploit another. This mess must be fixed. If there is truly a major shortage of skilled tech workers in this country, why did Tesla lay off over 7,500 American workers last year, including many software developers and engineers at its factory in Austin, Texas, while applying to hire thousands of H-1B guest workers? Makes you think, doesn't it? War Room White House correspondent who can't spell correspondent. Bro, you forgot an R. Mel Gibson. I'm glad Trump is here. It's like daddy arrived and he's taking his belt off. Wow, the entire MAGA movement apparently is built on daddy issues. And Mel told us all. Selena Gomez picked illegals over America because she's the third-gen descendant of Mexican illegals, good lord, who received citizenship in the '87 amnesty. She has an entitlement attitude toward America, like, oh my God, like her illegal G parents. Maybe Selena should be ... Then Sam Parker goes, deport Selena Gomez. Deport her where, Sam? She was born in Texas. Where do you want her to go? New FTSE, 100 CEOs will make more money by noon today than the average UK worker will in the whole year. Yeah, this is the problem. Not migrants, refugees, not wokeness. This from the High Pay Center is what we should be focusing on. Costco defends its diversity policies as other US companies scale theirs back. But y'all gonna learn that this is a company's choice and nobody is forcing them to end their diversity policies. Like, this is optional. Big news, talk to the Doge team. They're gonna plug in to help upgrade our aviation system. They have no relevant experience, and most of them aren't old enough to rent a car. And you're gonna let them mess with airline safety that's already deteriorated on your watch? Sean, think about it, Sean, what are you doing? You know, a lot of clever comebacks is very political, I'm noticing. This is a minefield to traverse through. One of the best and most beautiful parts of the United States is burning down to the ground. It's ashes and Gavin Newsom should resign. This is all his fault. I point at you and I say, you lit the fire. I saw you with the lighter. You were smoking a cigarette and you threw it in the forest. It's over for Gavin. The largest wildfire in Texas history happened under Greg Abbott. Over 1 million acres burned. Did you call for him to resign? No. So sit down when talking about Gavin Newsom, because it's very clear that there might be a little bit of a biased opinion for me. We spent too many years settling for an education system that was failing our kids. So we ushered in the largest education freedom movement in the nation, the Parental Choice Tax Credit Act. And just recently, Oklahoma was ranked number 4 in education freedom. I don't know what education freedom is, but your state is ranked 49th overall in education. It's nearly dead last. Maybe make sure kids can read instead of handing out tax cuts might be a good place to put your focus. I want Trump safe at all costs, but I'd be lying if I said I'm not disappointed to see him sworn in. My mom and I spent thousands of dollars to be here. Now we're just walking around lost. What planet do you live on? We can't afford eggs, you idiot. Oh, I see. So the eggs one is in 2024, and then she dropped thousands of dollars to be lost around DC. That's unfortunate. I mean, totally unrelated. There's so much to do in DC. Visit a Smithsonian. It's fire. Looks like Tammy would have afforded to buy eggs if she didn't blow thousands of dollars to attend Donald Trump's inauguration. Trump. They can empty the prisons into our country. Can you imagine somebody doing that to our country? I mean, he literally just emptied our prisons into our country, so yes. Governor Newsom cut fire budget by $100 million months before lethal California fires. A ridiculous lie. We've doubled the size of our firefighting army, built the world's largest aerial firefighting fleet, and increased the forest management tenfold since taking office. Time to serve these folks the facts. So you think an American citizen convicted of a felony 30 times should be deported? Yes. You want one of them to possibly target one of our family members out on the streets? I want safer streets for innocent people. This is the way we achieve that. Donald Trump was convicted 34 times. Could you imagine that? If the climate change explanation were true, Texas, which has twice the forest area of California, would have roughly twice the wildfires that destroy homes. Climate change is happening, but slowly. The issue with LA was failure to create fire breaks and clear brush, combined with failure to ensure sufficient water supply and terrible mismanagement at the state, county, and city level. Yeah, over 1 million acres burned in Texas last year, and Elon didn't say I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. Breaking. Senator Mike Lee calls for abolishing TSA. Yeah, let the airlines do their own screening. Guys, it finally happened. It's been over 23 years and someone finally forgot. Oh my God. There's a bright light over the USA and indeed the entire world ever since the presidential election of 2024. Well, that'd be all the gaslighting, Don. That'll do that to you. Elon Musk says Italian should stay in Italy and the Japanese in Japan. Then why is the South African in America? Curious. Yeah, that's his logic, right? Had Canada been treating us fairly, this would never have happened, so buckle up, Canada. You're taking on Goliath. Hey, quick question. Is Goliath winning that story? Just wanted to double check what happens. Trump. I would love to see Canada be the 51st state. The Canadian citizens, if that happened, would have much better health coverage. Better health coverage? If Canadians became US citizens, they would lose their free healthcare, pay nearly 3 times more for their prescription drugs, and many of them wouldn't be able to get coverage at all. Something tells me they won't be interested, Don. If America is such a horrible country, why are thousands of Hondurans trekking across the continent to try and get in? That'd be because in 2009, the US government supported and legitimized a military coup in Honduras that led to extreme poverty, violence, and repression, if you wanted to learn about it. If men and women were held to the same physical standards to join the military, there wouldn't be any women in the military. The only way to be inclusive is to lower the standards. That's the whole point. Lyudmila Pavlichenko, say that right? Had 309 confirmed kills, but they were all so that's why I don't like her. My bad. President Trump will not call for Medicare to negotiate lower prices with drug manufacturers, senior administration officials said. Shock of all shocks. It turns out that President Trump was not being honest when he said he was going to stop the prescription drug companies from getting away with murder. Another day, another lie. Man, this is a contentious video. To be clear, I'm laughing because, like, there's gonna be comments on this video that are like, oh, tired of liberal EmKay. And then there's gonna be others who are gonna be like, fuck yeah! It's gonna be polarizing. I'm willing to pay more for quality products if they're made in America by Americans who are paid a decent income. I mean, you guys don't even think fast food workers should make a livable wage. Remember that? Meta Zuckerberg says most companies have been they need more masculine energy. My bad. And have been neutered by, quote, feminine energy. The guy who created a website to rank his female classmates' attractiveness is still a misogynist? That's crazy. Conservatives can't stop obsessing over trans people. It's pronounced mentally ill. Oh, sorry. The mentally ill can't stop obsessing over trans people. Thank you for the correction.
Boom. Roasted.
This may end up being my most accurate meme ever. At least we're not Americans. USA, USA, USA. This meme is funny because it's literally the opposite. Canada's ranked number 5 in the world for quality of life, and the USA is ranked 22nd. Pride Month is so defeated. I love you. And he proposed to his fiance. Having gay men on your mind while you're on your knees? Yeah, Pride Month won, pal. Prime trucks have been going around LA donating free bottles of Prime to firefighters battling the Palisades fires. Yeah, imagine being dehydrated, your entire house and life up in flames, and then being told the only drinks you have available are Prime. Yeah, I think I'd go back to the fire. I want more babies in the United States of America. It's the task of our government to make it easier for young moms and dads to afford to have kids. If he actually believed this, he'd be advocating for universal health care, parental leave, early childhood education, better schools generally, and myriad of other things to make it easier for young moms and dads. Is he? No. Please don't protest at people's homes. Please don't intrude on people attending their houses of worship. Organize politically, be civil civically. So religious fanatics can torment patients outside of clinics, but people can't protest outside of churches? Is that what you're telling me, Bill? They're so desperate, they're now making fake AI images of Trump with Epstein. Oh, great point. Here's a real one. Rent's likely to balloon in wake of LA wildfires, experts say. Hey guys, we finally found the looting everyone's been talking about. It's our rent being gouged. Palestinian runner whose name is Al Masri, which means the Egyptian. Yeah, I have some devastating news for you about Michael Jordan. Oh no. Texas teacher, had to clarify, invites ICE to raid a school. Whoa, what? I have many students who don't even speak English. Yeah, just trying to think of another moment in history when people were turning their friends and neighbors into a political police force. That's a thinker. I like my vagina shaved, ladies. Then shave your vagina, Daniel. It's that easy. I mean, you having trouble? Maybe you can get a Brazilian. Just wax the whole thing if you're having, a problem getting down there. Spare me the sob story about how Canada is our best friend. I love Canada and have many Canadian friends, but is their government meeting their NATO target for military spending? Are they stopping then it trails off, but sob story. And yeah, I guess that's what we're sparing you. Sorry, JD. Supporting Trump doesn't mean support his ideas. What are you supporting then? His music career? I just liked him on The Apprentice. Trump is trying to bully our allies, Canada, Colombia, Denmark, and Panama, threatening tariffs if they don't do what he says. Really? What about imposing tariffs on drug companies that charge us 10 times more than other countries pay for the same drug? What about that, Don? Introducing the Trump train, an American-built train capable of going up to 200 miles per hour. We need these trains to connect all major cities in the country together so that everyone can get on the Trump train. yeah! Grrr! I, a scary leftist, hate the idea of a high-speed rail, and we should definitely not do this, or I will soy rage. It's scary to come up with transportation that's better for us. Don't do it. I promise this isn't what I want. Reverse psychology, that'll get him, I like it. Trump's friend, Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. What? The funniest part about all this nonsense is that when black people see other black people in high positions, we trust that they're super qualified because there's no way they just are giving those jobs to black people like they do whites. So I mean, it's just a vouch for your credentials. RFK Jr. All of my kids are vaccinated. Sanders, you started a group called the Children Health Defense. On their website, they're selling what's called onesies. These are little things, clothing for babies. One of them is titled Unvaxxed Unafraid. So what's the deal with that, Rob? If you're at a dinner and somebody introduces himself as Dr. Smith, You'd be rather upset to learn that he had a doctorate in musicology if you were to suffer a stroke at the table. If you were at a dinner party and someone introduced themselves as Ben Shapiro, you'd be rather upset to be at that dinner party. From Dr. Evan Williams, DMA Music Composition. Just thought I'd put that out there in the world. This story is all too familiar. Adam Carolla applied to be an LA firefighter and was told he had to wait 7 years because he wasn't black, Hispanic, or female. DEI kills. He applied to be a firefighter in 1983. He was 19 years old. The California governor was a Republican and Ronald Reagan was president. But yeah, blame the current LA fires on woke. That's exactly what happened.